Hi guys, welcome back to Crackpack. It's been a while. Things have been a bit crazy, guys. As we will discuss in this episode, I have been away on holiday. Me and the lovely lady went to France. Well, I spent a week running around England and then went to France for a week. And then another week or so dicking about again and having a generally lovely, lovely time. This I have fixed. It's working now. We've got a world anchor this side. We've got a personal anchor the other side, which is cheaper to make. And I was a bit worried it doesn't work, but it does. Now, this is gradually filling up. For some reason, it stopped doing it now, but earlier it was doing a strange spaz where it's like it gets to a certain level, and it's not a huge amount. It's sort of here or so on the power level. And it suddenly does this sort of like it's trying to teleport something, and then all the power goes, which is very odd. But it stopped doing it now, which is good. So I don't know quite what that is about. So I've been working on this. It's coming along slowly. I think people who know what this is now know what this is. This bit here is going to have a roof on it, if that helps. I'm just trying to work out this underpass type section here. But while we dig this out, I think it's probably a really good way of talking about things. Now, what I'm going to discuss is I'm going to give you my virtual holiday slides, which will be lovely. Basically, I could dig this out offline, or I could do it online on camera. Offline, off camera. But if I do that, obviously I need to talk about something, and what better to talk about than what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. I think that'd be nice. If you have not already, by all means go to Blue's channel, which is just call me Blue LP. I think I'll put a link in the description, obviously. And as you can see, some videos that she took of the holidays and the fun times. Wow, that motorbike going past. Looks like we managed to miss that by one, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. That said, we're going to have to dig that wall out and line it with something anyway, so that's not too bad. So, what do we do? Well, while I'm talking, I think what I will do is I will pop up any relevant photos over the top when I'm editing it. It'll save me hunting around for photographs of specific items. I'll just talk about what we did, and relevant photos will pop up on your screen. Possibly there will be a pause should we have a relevant video. There's not a great many videos actually. Most of them are pretty short. I'm not very good when it comes to capturing memories on a camera. I do feel somewhat self-conscious taking pictures anyway. I usually just forget to do it. Crazy as that sounds. I'll have a camera strapped around my neck and oh look, there's something interesting, and I want to kind of experience it and not waste that experience by getting a camera out, if that makes sense. But yes, there are pictures. We'll discuss them now. As I say, Blue turned up. She turned up on the Sunday morning, a bit of an overnight, which apparently was a bit of a shitty flight. Stuck next to a very fat man, and loud and obnoxious as she's on video, she's actually quite a quiet and shy young lady. So I did tell her that she should complain and try and get a new seat. Apparently this guy was like, yeah, quite a large percentage of him was in her chair, you know what I mean? And I told her to sort of complain, try and get another seat, but she didn't. So she ended up suffering a little bit, but ho hum. she got here. That's the main thing. Overnights are a bit rough, transatlantic flights. I quite like doing it myself. It gives me more of a chance to sleep, although to be honest I've never actually slept more than about 10 minutes on a flight anyway, but at least it's dark, so, and she's smaller than me, so even with a fat guy taking up most of her seat, she, you know, can at least be fairly comfortable in one of those chairs. Because if you're a big tall guy like me, it's a frickin' nightmare. Your knees just get broken by those chairs. It's like medieval torture. What have we got here? Take you out, take you out. Blum. But she made it. So the Sunday we didn't do much. We went to Mindcrack Park. Had a wander around there, which is something we did quite a few times. It was a favourite. If you're not familiar with Windsor Great Park, it's owned by the Crown, the Queen. It's a large park, a lot of woods. It's got a variety of different areas in it, and it's very nice. So look it up on Wiki. But we went for a little walk around there. Went and saw the totem pole. Amongst other things. That's the great thing about the park is you can go there one day and walk around in some woods, and the next day you can go and look at some really, really nicely kept flower gardens, or specialist heather gardens. Like that. You can go up and see the polo being played on the polo field. The Guards Polo Club is up there, which is where Prince Charles plays. Well, did play for. Oops, overshot. And yeah, so that's what we did. And then the Monday we went into Oxford. She's got a childhood friend that is in Oxford, so she thought we'd take the opportunity. It's not too far away. It's something to do for the day. That was nice. Very nice one. Sweet. Thank you, ads. Good man, it's Haddington. So yeah, that was nice. Again, we didn't take many pictures for that. That was just a day out, really. And Tuesday was the same. We went to Brighton. Again, just somewhere different, somewhere not London. A bit boring, isn't it, really? I mean, London's not a bit boring because we went there after France, but a bit boring in the sense that it's a standard thing. Whereas I think Brighton's a bit different for visitors. So it's a nice place, nice town, quirky, bit of fun. So yeah, that's what we did. And then Wednesday. Now, I had promised Blue two things. I promised her we'd go and see the Queen, and I promised her we'd go to Royal Ascot. Get the fuck away. Ooh. Osmium chestplate. Nice. Unbreaking 2, protection 2. That's worth stripping those off. So the Royal Ascots, we decided to go on Thursday. Thursday is Ladies' Day. Now, despite spending most of my life living near Ascot Racecourse, I've never actually been to Royal Ascot, so it was a bit of an adventure for me too, which is, quite nice. Why not share the experience? 52 of them sandstone. Okay, good. I need some more barrels, I think, soon. Osmium ore, iron ore, gravel, and marble. We need more crap chest space. Boink, boink, boink. There we go. Boink, boink, boink. So, obviously that was the Royal Ascot is just slain by a zombie. Boo. It was a Thursday. The Wednesday, I worked on my first promise, which was take her to see the Queen. Now, if you wanted to go and see the Queen, where would you go? So those of you who are saying Buckingham Palace, you are wrong. No, boo boo. I'm better than you. Because Royal Ascot is on, there is a road known to locals where her Queenie Pantsness comes down on her way to the racecourse. Now she stays at Windsor Castle while the races are on, and she has to obviously get from Windsor Castle to Ascot Racecourse. Now for most of that she's in a car going through the Great Park, which is again lovely for her, but whatevs, not much greatness for us. However, at a certain point she will change from the car into a carriage, and then she'll ride the carriage to the racecourse. Now, she doesn't want to do this, you know, at the gates of the racecourse because it's a little ungainly. You don't want people watching you getting in and out of carriages before an event, so she does that, you know, in the park. But at a certain point you can stand and you can watch her ride past. Now the thing is, this bit of road, it's not a huge amount of road, you know, it's about a quarter of a mile long, if that. And there was 100 people, give or take. You know, it was not a lot of people. The local school will put on a little sort of tea and cake tent, so you can go in there and you can. That's quite good. That needs to be a bit deeper though. So you can go in and have a cup of tea and a bun and what have you. It's all very British. This is how we do things, you see. You little bastards. Let's actually get it sorted out before we do that. I hate them. I hate them. And yeah, there's you know, there's a lot of sitting around while waiting for it to turn up, but it's generally a light-hearted affair. There's a fair amount of police around on bikes and what have you, but they're quite happy too. You know, there's lots of little kiddies there. The local school kids come out for 10 minutes to watch the Queen go by. But after a lot of sitting around and some bikes going backwards and forwards, eventually she comes past in her carriages. And I think there's about 4 carriages. The first one's got her and Philip in, and some dignitary guest, usually a horsey person, a racing person, horse owner. She does like her horses, does the Queen. She does race them. And then the second one had Charles Camilla in it, and again some lesser dignitaries, guests, and the third and fourth were just random people that were obviously people of favour that day, which was jolly exciting for them. Let's just check on my map. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's quite a long slope up. Let's go get some slopey bits. Woohoo! After she goes past with the carriages and stuff, then the cars that she drove in, or drove up to that point, follow. So they're all empty. But they're the big Rolls Royces that you see. It's collapsible box section we want, don't we? And we want the hammer. Oh bollocks! Idiot. And the chauffeurs on those, it's really bizarre, they have little hand puppets. So they drive past looking all very sombre, and then out their driver window, they've got this little hand puppet waving on the edge at the children as they go past. It's very, very surreal. Quite nice. But yes, that was, let's say, that kind of blew her little mind, I think. She was very excited by that. And rightly so. It's pretty rare you get that sort of chance to be that close. It was good. A good day out. And Thursday was Royal Ascot Day. Ascot Racecourse is a sort of rounded triangle in shape. It's not an oval, and in the middle is what they call the Heath, which is basically a golf course. Ascot Golf Course, I think. And during Royal Ascot and other big events, it's used as a car park. Now, Ascot is basically a drinking event. Pretty much primarily its purpose. There are some horses there, I believe, but basically it's for drinking and for generally quite wealthy people to go and get drunk and bet and stuff. And the Heath, they have kind of tailgate parties, basically.
Alright, we're here at Royal Ascot. The best way I can describe Royal Ascot is this is a giant shit show, but it's full of incredibly well-dressed and incredibly posh people.
Giant shit show.
Well, it's a giant shit show of incredibly well-dressed, incredibly posh, incredibly drunk people. They're not super drunk quite yet, but we've seen some.
They're not all incredibly posh.
And they're not all incredibly posh. Fine. Badge likes to ruin my fun. Okay, that woman has a lot of tattoos, so I see what you're saying. Today's Ladies' Day, and it should be lots of crazy hats, but I feel like the hats we've seen have just been kind of crazy. There were a couple of people who were very wackadoodle. But yes.
Actually, we should go out the front and walk around to the express version.
I think we should. Let's do that.
What's I saying? Yes, it's relatively boring itself, but it's the people there that make it all fun. What was that? Oops. There's a lot of very drunk people. Ascot, as I say, it's about drinking, so there are a lot of drunk people. They start quite early. But this little tip, if you ever plan on going there, and I'm sure a lot of you are not, but just in case, I'll break it down. There are several places where you can buy tickets. There is the Royal Box, which you can't buy a ticket, well, you can buy a ticket for, but you need to be invited. Well, actually, we'll go back. Let's get some wood. Actually, do you know what? Yoink, boink, boink. Let's go through here. Yeah, the Royal Box is invitation only, and you need to be invited by somebody that is already in the Royal Box. Jokes aside. And so you're not buying tickets to that, basically, are you? 14. Oh, I like these trees though. Some really sexy wood. Looks like white. So we'll keep hold of that. Take more, Rowan. Okay, that'll do. What else we got in here? Anything exciting? What's that? Dried dirt. I don't think we can actually do anything with dried dirt, can we? Right, that's not what I wanted. No, we can make a facade. Useless. Yes, so you have the raw box, which is in the grandstand. It's on the finish line. You then have the rest of the grandstand. Now, grandstand tickets are about 100 quid each. That is quite a lot of money. And it's not really worth it, to be honest with you. Well, and then next to the grandstand, you've got the silks, which you can't get into because that's for riders and trainers and horsey people. And then next to that, again, when I say next to, we're going further down the track, away from the finish line, is the silver ring. Now the silver ring is 30 quid, I think, per person to get in. That's the worst place to be. That's full of the wrong kind of people. That's full of very drunk people that think they are great because they're at Ascot, and in fact they're not great. They're just drunk mad people. What's up? Meow. You're hungry. You're always hungry, so that's no change. And then there's the heath. As I say, the heath's in the middle, and it's free to get onto the heath. You can see the track from there, which is good. If you go around the back of the track, the bit that's not the finish line, Jesus Christ, cat, shush. You can be right on the edge, but then, I say right on the edge, there's still a track that the camera car goes around. But you can get pretty close to the action for free if you want, but it's not at the finish line, so you know you do miss out a little bit there. But there is an enclosure in the heath that is £15 to get in, and that is without doubt the best place to be, except for the raw box, obviously. As I say, it's cheapest to get in. You are right on the inside of the track, and because you're on the inside, when the horses come around the final corner, they come around tight on the inside of the corner. So as they come past you, you're not right on the finish line. You're fairly close to the finish line, but you get all the noise of the horses and the thundering of the hooves and everything. Is this bloody thing ever going to reach enough power? Of course, the question you have to ask yourself is, why is it using power anyway when I'm teleporting from the other side? What have we got here? Let's go with these guys. Some steel. Come on, dog. Zombie dog. Oh, blue trousers again. Blue trousers everywhere. Oh, got yourself some slacks. Nice. And you lost them. So yes, if you're going to go to Royal Ascot, go to the Heath. Buy your tickets in there. They've got the bar, a bar, beer tent. They've got the gambling dudes. We had some fun. It wasn't the best day weather-wise. It was getting a little bit. It started off alright, but it started getting a little cooler, and the photographs make it look a lot worse than it actually was. I mean, you can see Blue is in a dress. If I include those pictures, I don't know if I will. And it's quite a summery light one. And she wasn't too cold. But it's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. It's fun. It's a lot of atmosphere. It's good. It's definitely worth going. I would have been a bit pissed if I'd spent 100 quid on a ticket to go in, to be honest with you. Yeah. Friday we just had a bit of a spooky day. Went into Guildford again. It's a local town. It's a little bit of looking around the shops, down the high streets. And then Saturday it was my besticle Jim's daughter's school's summer fete, which I thought we'd take her along to that. Unfortunately his mother came as well, and she's crazy as a fruitcake. God damn it, is this ever going to charge up to a point where we can use it? Oh, I suppose it's... Oh, I left my wrench at home. There's things aren't working here properly. Why are you not working? See, see, I don't like these. They can only go in one tube and out one tube. And that annoys me, to be honest with you. Oh, I need more tube. Or is it pressurized tube? Let's go see if I've got any. Don't think I do. Yeah, that was fun. It was fairly standard fare as far as Summer Fates go. We put pressurized tube. Yeah, we do. Cool. There was a tombola, a bottle tombola, which I have found confusing for Americans. That is not something they're familiar with. You're going down, and you're going up. I'm guessing they're going to even out. Not sure why this is not powered. Why are you an electric separator? You're supposed to be giving us large amounts of gas. Dumping, 7RF. Putting out power. Anyway, gas still needs energy. Crazy. These guys are usually not a problem. Basic energy keep. We need to update that as well, I think. Let's store more energy in here. 5.9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these. Oh, actually, that's going down. You are going down. You're going up. And this is why I don't like one way in, one way out. Because I want to fill the tanks up, but I want to suck from the tanks too. What is the ME heat vent, etc. for? Oh, you bastard! See, it's done that little pew thing. God damn it, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I'm now in my oh my god, it's really dangerous out here and nobody is sleeping pole. So yes, we went to this fete, as I say, and there was bottle tombola. Now, Blue was not aware of what a tombola was, so I had to educate her in that. I mean, generally, a tombola is a small hexagonal or octagonal barrel on a horizontal axis with a handle that you rotate it around, and then it's got a little trap door that you open up and you can pull out a ticket that's inside. And the tickets are usually just raffle tickets, bits of paper with a number on, and basically you can tear off each bit of paper with consecutive numbers, fold them up, put them in this barrel, but it can be a bucket or a hat or anything like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be. And the bottle tombola is you have a table of prizes, invariably bottles, usually alcohol, and they all have a ticket number attached to them. Now, usually it is a ticket number that ends in a 0 or a 5, because that's just easier to work out who's a winner or not, and that gives you obviously 2 winners for every 10 tickets. Some people might do just zeros only, you know, it's up to them, whatever. Quicksand! Let's go, come on, go on. Good chap. I should put quicksand all around the edge of this when we're done. That might be quite a good idea. Stop the buggers coming in, won't it? So yes, it's £1 for, well, it was £1 for 3 tickets. Obviously, that will vary depending on where you are. So yes, so I had to go on that, and I won a very nice bottle of chili and a Cabernet. Oh crap, don't tell me it's the other way round. Actually, do tell me it's the other way around, because that makes life a lot easier. Sweet. 8 of those gives you 5 of those. That's a bit weird. Ah, no, 1 of those gives you 5 of those. Derp, that gives you 30. Nice. Okay, that's good. Actually, I swear to God, those teleport things are going to be the death of me. Right, that's good, that's good. Let's put all the wood back in there, like so. We've got the hammer. Boom. Now, obviously, because it's a school fete, and the bottles are mainly alcohol. Oh no, it's not couplets blocks I need now, is it? It's we have to do things with those as well. Make them collapsible. Because it's a school fete, there's lots of kiddies there, and kiddies plus alcohol is not the greatest of mixes. So they had a sweet tombola too. That was slightly different. The prizes were jars of sweets, of cups of sweets, should I say, randomly put together. But they weren't numbered with tickets. They were just tickets. Not a great deal of photographs from this event, so I shall pass it off fairly briefly. But tombolas are an institution. They're fun. So I won that, and then so we're sitting there. I think Blue and I were getting our tattoos from the tattoo stall. It's funny, isn't it, that my father was always very, very, you're not getting a tattoo. They're what, sort of. Bless him, he's kind of stuck in the wrong century, my dad. But they're what the people what dig up the road have. You're not getting that. You should aspire to something better. That sort of thing. Which is kind of amusing, but there you go. So just working out mentally what I should be doing here. I wondering if I should make that 3 long.
That's 3 and
Yeah, no, that's a long way. That is a long way. So we won't do that. Yeah, so we're there getting our tattoos, and Jim, my bestie, comes up and he's like, "Oh, I nearly got a Lego Star Wars Stormtrooper in the sweet tombola, but it didn't have very many sweets in it, so I chose something else instead." And we're like, "Ooh!" So we rushed over there, and for some reason it was, oh you bugger, it was still there. Couldn't believe it. So paid £1, got 3 tickets, and won it. Well, one of the tickets was a winner. One had a 0 or a 5 at the end, and so Blue then rushed to grab that. Well, I mean, technically I rushed to grab it, but because she wanted it. And I have longer arms. So that was quite amazing. Had some other good things in it as well, but that was a good little prize for £1. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's a lot of fun, isn't it? And there was other things. There was a plate smashing thing, which is like a coconut shy, but instead of coconuts on sticks, you've got crockery on a shelf, and you sort of throw things at that. And that's very satisfying. I think there's a video of me doing that on Blue's channel, week 1, holiday in England. Yeah, that was good times. Good times. So we came back, had a Barbie. She does do a good barbecue. We are well practiced in that, having lived with the guy for many years. We had a summer ritual of making very large, grandiose barbecues, and the weather held up, which was nice. It was a very good day. Now Monday was our trip to France. I very cleverly, because we had quite a long drive to do, as we were basically driving from Dover. I had to drive to Dover first of all, which is about 2 hours, and then take the ferry, which is an hour and a half. Ferries are funny things. You can get the train over, drive your car onto the train. That's about 200 quid. You can take the ferry. Dover to Calais is the quickest. You can go to like further around the coast, further west, because it's very Calais is quite east, northeast obviously, and you can go sort of more, I think Bournemouth, or I can't remember where now, but sort of middle southern England to sort of middle northern France, and that's generally between 4 and 8 hours depending on which route you take, and that again is a lot of money. It's a couple hundred quid, but the Dover to Calais is £45 per car. There's not really a choice to be made. It's like, okay, yeah, okay. So the drive was, a bit longer. It's a couple of hours longer, but the ferry ride would be a couple of hours longer anyway. So you're not really saving a great deal of time. And yeah, okay, petrol's quite expensive. There are toll roads, but that stretch of toll wasn't too bad actually. It was from Rouen to Tours, which was a couple hundred miles. We got to toll gate and that was like €30. The other tolls we'd done before that were like 6, I think it was a maximum of 3. And boom, €32 I think it was. So it was like, my God, we weren't expecting that. But yeah, again, in fairness, it was a couple hundred, bastard. It was a couple hundred miles, so it's not out of the realms of crazy, really. Let's put it that way. Let's bring these edges up a little bit. As we can. Okay. Give a bit of texture. That's what we like. I haven't quite worked out what material I'm going to make these paths out of yet. It'd be nice if I could have some way of merging between the dirt and what have you, sand. But yes, I'd kind of not really realised that whilst a 10 o'clock ferry sailing was a good idea in terms that we'd get to obviously it's plus 1 hour when you get to France, hour and a half, so 11:30, 12:30, and then a 5 hour, I think about 5 hour drive down to Tours. So then we got us there to like 6 o'clock tea time, which would be good. What I failed to take into account, of course, was that we had to get to the ferry terminal 45 minutes early. So that's 9:15. It takes 2 hours to get there, around the M25. So that's 7:15 to hit the, well, about 7:30 we probably hit the M25 on a Monday morning. No, that would have been a bad plan. So we decided we'd get a place in Folkestone, which is, well, we thought we'd get a place in Dover first, but we had a look around there and there wasn't really anything. So we had a look in Folkestone, which is 8 miles down the road. I figured we'd get some cheapy, shitty little room in a hotel for the night. And we did. 30 quid. We went to the usual suspects, like the Travel Lodge and people like that. They're supposed to be, nice but cheap motels kind of things, chain. But they were really expensive, like 100 quid expensive. And we weren't up for that. We just wanted somewhere, you could turn up, maybe have some dinner nearby, fish and chips or something, crash there for the night, watch a little bit of football on the telly, and get out early in the morning. And this place was a fucking dive. I mean, it was a huge hotel. It was like 350 rooms, I think it was. Really big. Come on, people, go to bed. It's just crazy the amount of mobs that are around this place. It really is. Oh, a bit laggy there. Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, I think it hadn't been painted in about 4 decades anyway. It was full of old Northerners for some reason. I couldn't quite work that out, first of all. Secondly, they gave you a key, an actual physical stick it in the lock and turn it key. That was crazy. I haven't seen a hotel like that for a while. They gave you a key card, but the key card was a piece of paper, or rather a piece of card, with your room number on it. And they said, this is your key card. And apparently you had to turn that in to the front desk every time you left the building as well. I mean, that was crazy talk. But then we got up to the room, which in good tradition is overlooking the car park. And a little tiny window, a good little grotty bed, some carpet that looked like it probably had God only knows what in it. The TV was this, I was going to say 19-inch, but I think that's probably pushing it. It's probably 15-inch CRT little portable TV. I'm pretty sure I had one of those in my room when I was a teenager. That's how old that was. Yeah, bathroom was pretty scruggy. So generally all things, but I think the £30 was a really reduced rate as well. And had I paid, I think it was probably more than twice that. It's a normal rate. I would have been very pissed. I wasn't particularly happy for 30 quid, to be honest with you, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't our holiday destination, so it was just a crash pad. But even so, it was shitty. So we don't recommend that one. And the checkout for that was 10 in the morning, which fortunately for us was the time of our ferry anyway, so that wasn't too bad. That's a very early checkout for a hotel as well. We seem to find the better the hotel, the later the checkout, which is bizarre. But yes, that leads us to Monday morning, which is the France trip. And I'll tell you all about that next episode, and hopefully at some point the night will end. Carry on with this. Oh yeah, some serious lagging going on. It's bizarre. The frame rate is dropping between 15 and 40. It's really bizarre. What is going on? Somebody is doing something for sure. But here you go. I suspect those of you who know what this is know what this is now. Obviously this is just the floor plan, but you go down there. There should be a big giveaway. You go down there. I can go through here. Look at these assholes. out here. It's dangerous. You know, you could find something explosive here. And then we'll come out here, you go that way, or you go this way. That's what we're building at the moment. So, yes, I think you should know what that is by now. And on that note, I will see you guys next episode. We'll talk about our exciting times in France. To be honest, I wasn't holding out for a great time, but it was actually a lot better than I was expecting, and there was a reason we went there, and we'll find out that as well next episode. Bye bye.